G'day, I'm Kurt from the Game Management Authority. Today we're back at Eagle Park with our guest Daryl and we're going over pattern testing. What it is, how to do it, and how that will make you a better game bird hunter.
Alright, let's go. So pattern testing is testing your choke and load combination at a known distance by shooting at a static paper target. It shows your pattern on it.
And how is that related to game bird hunting?
So it's really important for the duck hunter or game bird hunter to know how many pellets are in that pattern to make sure they're efficiently harvesting that bird.
So some previous poor advice was to go up 2 shot sizes and open your chokes, which is what we've done here. What do you think of this pattern?
So we see a lot of this, especially in the shotgun education program and also out in the field, that hunters are using a typical sort of load, a 32 or a 36 gram number 2 steel pellet. Typical range, 30 meters, typical choke, improved cylinder. This is the advice that was typically given out when we did the transition to steel shot. Both here in Australia and in North America, it was common advice to say to open up your chokes and use a bigger shot size. So this is what we've done here. We've opened up the improved cylinder from a modified. We've gone from a typical number 4 that we'd use in lead shot to a number 2, and this is the result we get. So we're always looking for patterns depending on species, but between 100 to 150 pellets. This one's way underperformed at 75 pellets in that 30 centimeters in that 30-inch circle. So we're way underperforming. We need a lot more pellets. We can have birds in any of these areas that aren't going to be killed outright, or very unlikely to be killed outright, and will fly off wounded.
So if we're getting a pattern like this one, what can we do to change this?
So we're always looking for more pellets than 75. 75 is just purely not enough pellets. We can fit whole ducks in some of these areas. So it's a very open pattern, which is really going to be hard work to dispatch those ducks efficiently. So a number of things we can do. We can tighten up our choke, so we can go from improved cylinder to say a modified. We can move closer, so that was at 30 meters. We're out at our sort of maximum mark. We could try another shot at 20 meters. We could increase our shot load. 36 grams is already a pretty big load. I'm not sure I'd want to shoot much bigger than that. Main thing we can do here though is pellets. So go to a smaller shot size so you get more pellets into that load. So my recommendation always as a starting point would be a 32 gram number 4 is always a great starting point.
So Daryl, what's your thoughts on this pattern?
So this is a pattern we just shot at 30 meters with using a 36 gram number 4. When I look at this, you see a fairly good pattern. It's got fairly even spread, but your pellet count is quite high, and we don't see too many pellets outside the circle. And what we like to see is pellets right out to the edge to fill that circle up, and maybe a few outside. So this one's actually a little bit too tight, and what that does is actually it makes it harder for you to hit the bird. So if you've got a bird somewhere towards the edge there, that little bit wider pattern when you've still got enough density will actually be more effective than a pattern that's too tight.
So if you're getting a result like this and it's not quite perfect, what can you do to improve that pattern?
So this is a really good pattern, but what we're saying is it's a little bit too tight, so you're effectively handicapping yourself. So we need to open that pattern up a little bit. So things you can do to open the pattern up: you can move further away, so shoot at a further distance. We can use a lighter load, so go from a 36 gram load down to say a 34 gram load. We can change the chokes, so we can go from a modified to a modified or an improved cylinder, open that choke up. So there's a number of things we can do to improve that pattern. 30 meters, we're already at our sort of maximum range, so we don't want to do that. So the main things we can do there is go to a lighter load, a 32 or a 34 gram load. Make a little bit of difference, not a great deal of difference, but the biggest thing we can do is change the choke. So instead of a modified, we try a light modified or an improved cylinder with the same load at the same distance and see what result we get. So as you've seen in this video, pattern testing is one thing that can really help improve your performance in the field.
Thanks for watching.